generations, Tejano music has been a voice of identity, pride, and resilience in the Hispanic community, blending tradition and modern sound to inspire millions. And now we're celebrating a moment of music, culture, and heritage. At the center of it all, a rising Tejano star. This is Deep Dive with Sarah Forgany. Jenny B in the house, everyone. Welcome, Jenny.
Hi.
Good to have you here.
Thank you for having me, girl. I'm so excited.
You and I had a brief conversation on the phone, and I absolutely loved you. And I have to admit, before our conversation, I really didn't know anything about you.
That's okay.
And when you and I were talking, you said pretty much you know that. You know that
Yeah.
a lot of people are still getting to know you.
Yeah.
So who is Jenny B?
You know, I'm a San Antonio, Texas girl. I'm born and raised, throughout Texas. And I'm a mom, but I'm a mom and a wife that's never gave up on my dreams, girl. And so that's just what we're doing. And I'm just very blessed with the team that I have. And it's actually, something's happening. So I'm very excited.
Something is happening.
Something is
It's a
happening.
big stuff is going on. So tell us about how amazing this opportunity is for you.
So I'm going to be doing the national anthem for the Carolina Panthers. So this is the NFL, girl. Like, this is huge, huge. And I'm, for somebody like me of my status, I'm not this huge, like $100,000 or 100,000 followers, status with like all this crazy music out. I'm just a Texas girl, from San Antonio, Texas, who does Tejano music. I'm just trying to get my city to hear my music. And now this amazing opportunity just landed on my lap. So it's insane. I feel like I don't even have the right words to explain how crazy this opportunity is.
Well, when you say just landed in your lap, like how does something of this caliber just come to you?
Yeah, that's a really good question. At least that's how I feel. I feel like it did land on my lap. Sometimes in the industry, and really I think in business in general, it's about sometimes who you know. And I think it's important for artists to go out, network, talk to people, meet people, because you never know where that person might be able to take you later on in life. And that's kind of how it came about. I've been in the music scene going on like 7-8 years now, especially in San Antonio and throughout Texas. And so I've met a lot of people. Lorenzo Smooth Vega, he also goes by Smooth Vega. I met him back in 2019.
And who is he?
He is a producer, entrepreneur, businessman from Fort Worth, Texas. So shout out to Lorenzo. But he's amazing. He's working with artists right now like Frankie J, Crystal Poppin. He used to work with Louis the Singer. He has quite a resume. So I've kept in touch with him. He's kept in touch with me. And lately he started working with the NFL organization. And he's like, hey, they're looking for a Latina singer possibly to do the national anthem for Hispanic Heritage Month. Can I put your name on the list? And I was like, heck yeah. Like, what? Why are you even asking me? Of course. And he did. But what I feel like is the most mysterious thing is that because on that list was quite a bit of bigger considered artists, and they picked me. So I don't question nothing.
How did you get that phone call, and what was your reaction when you got it, and who called you?
It was actually an email. The Panthers themselves directly emailed me. And so when I called Lorenzo, he was screaming on the phone. I was in shock. I think it was 2 days later that I actually started crying about it because it took that long for it to sink in.
So you just were checking your email randomly, and then you see something from the Panthers, but did you think it was junk mail?
Oh, yeah. No, I thought it was a scam. Because as artists, we get that all the time. I thought legit it was a scam. But I know I was going through my emails. A matter of fact, I was on my way home because I do general contracting with my dad. So we were actually painting on the outside of the house. So I was in the sun all day. I was so tired. I didn't feel good, actually. And I'm going through my emails. And sure enough, there's an email that says Jenny B National Anthem opportunity or something like that. And I was like, no. So I went in there, and sure enough, it was legit. It was a legit NFL Panthers email. in my Gmail.
Ah.
Like, what?
First, I'm a little surprised they just emailed you. I mean, I
Right,
guess to
like, this
them
is
it's not that big of a
nonchalant.
deal, but for us it would be like, this is the opportunity of my lifetime.
Exactly. I'm actually thinking about framing the email as cheesy as it is. Y'all, this is like
You
the
printed it
first
out.
dollar made. Yeah, it is insane. And so that's how it came about.
Wow. So before that, had you done anything that is as close as to as big as this?
Absolutely not. Not on this scale. I mean, this is obviously like, I mean, it's the NFL, right? It's nationwide, if not worldwide known, you know? I mean, I've done some incredible things this year with my Tejano career, you know, with the Tejano takeover in Las Vegas. I performed in Topeka, Kansas this year, in Florida. I mean, I've been working with Shelly Lattes. You know, she's pretty much like been like my mentor. And so, you know, she's helped with a lot on this crazy, just a year alone, this year has been insane. I feel like this NFL is, I think, a sneak peek of what's to come with my career, if that's not too much to say, but.
Oh, wait. So there's something that you're holding back on that I don't know about?
No, I'm hoping the universe is holding back something I don't know about. I'm hoping that this is just a sneak peek that the universe is confirming to me that, like, this is going to be big, and this is going to, hopefully, God willing, leading to something else for not just me, but for Tejano music. And, you know, I mean, it's for a Tejana to go there, it's big.
Yeah.
And so I'm really, really trying to take, not take this for granted.
So this is funny. I was talking to people in the newsroom before your interview, and I was telling them about you. And I said, yeah, she's going to be performing, you know, North Carolina and the Panthers. And they were like, do they even know anything about Tejano music over there? And I said, that's a good question.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It is. I mean, you know, I always thought North Carolina, I did think that's kind of random. You know, the Texans or the Cowboys, I would have figured somebody, you know, would have reached out for that.
That was my first thing is like, well, did the Texans and the Cowboys reach out to you? No?
Nope. But I'll be waiting.
Have you ever been to North Carolina before? Do you know anything about it?
Nope. I don't even know if they have Mexican food there. We're about to find out.
You're going to bring it to them, though.
Yes, I'm going to bring them everything that San Antonio has to offer, not just the music, but the beauty.
Girl, you are all beauty. I mean, speaking
Thank
of you, I walked in. I'd never met you before this, and you are stunning.
Thank you.
And I think it's really, truly more on the inside, too, because you shine and you have this beautiful aura about you. When I was talking to you on the phone, I could just tell how cool you were, and I was excited to meet you. And then now that I get to see you, and I didn't expect you to just be all decked out,
this is
so
Sarah Forgany
gorgeous.
we're talking about. I was like, let me pull out the stops.
Well, you pulled it out well. You wear it, girl. I mean, this is perfect, and
Thank
you
you.
represent Texas well.
I try to, you know, like I said, Texas girl. She's very classy, very well dressed, and funny.
Beautiful. I love this. Is this what you normally wear on stage?
I go to
this one of
Walmart
your
like this.
stage? She is up in the game at Walmart, y'all. From now on, you're not allowed to walk into Walmart with your PJs and your house
This is how
shoes.
you get the discounts, darling. No, yeah, I mean, you know, I try to make an impression. You know, like I said, you never know who you're going to meet, who you're going to see, and I'm a firm believer in first impressions, unless it comes to Walmart. I ain't gonna lie. I do go in slippers to Walmart.
I'll be honest with you. I love Walmart. I'm always shopping at Walmart. And it's so nice not to have to worry about what I'm wearing.
Because, yes, people go far
I mean, I don't go in my PJs, but I mean, I put on my cap, my sweats, I'm all good.
Heck yeah, with some slippers. Oh, yeah. Go in there, get what your snacks, what you need. Yeah, no, I'm a firm believer in just trying to look your best, you know.
Yeah.
You never know. And be yourself.
And first impressions matter, you know.
They do. But I am also getting custom chaps made because it's kind of like my look. I have like these custom chaps that I get made. So I just picked them. They're actually in my car right now. I just picked them up before I came here. So yeah, just kind of like I said, and then I do have a hat that matches their colors too already. So I'm definitely going to be representing not just me, but Texas, San Antonio, who I am and what I can bring.
So are you working with like a custom designer here? Is there somebody that does your stuff for you in general?
Dan's studio. He is amazing. I met him A couple months back. He's actually made most of my custom chaps that I have. But he's amazing. He goes to school. He works at North Star, but he has such a great vision in fashion, and he understands me. So huge shout out to Dan. I love you, darling. But he's super quick, and I just can't wait to grow with him.
So you grew up in a Tejano family, Tejano music family, and you were a big Selena fan
Huge
too.
to this day.
And it's funny, it just, as you're talking right now about fashion and all that, you know, Selena had that side to her. She was so well known for it as well.
Right.
Is that what kind of you want to model yourself after? Is that what you see yourself as?
I mean, I think that would be ideal. I mean, who wouldn't want to be, you know, and I feel like as a Tejano artist, a lot of people kind of like, oh, you're trying to be like Selena, you know, and it's like, why wouldn't I want to be? Did you not see what she did? You know,
She was amazing.
She was amazing. She was a businesswoman. You know, she knew what she wanted. She went for it. Even when others wanted her to stay in one little box, you know, she definitely broke barriers. And I think she's the perfect example for female artists, not even just in Tejano. But yeah, I take a big inspiration from her. I mean, it's not my fault. She had all the best fashion trends. Okay, it's not my fault. But yeah, I take a lot from her, but mainly I try to take what kind of human being she was, what kind of person she was. You know, I feel like that's important, especially in the music industry. It's so hard to be a Selena. She's so
She's
sweet
very
and so
real, very genuine.
and it's hard, but yeah, we were looking at some of my you know, home videos and stuff, and I was like, dang, like I grew up listening to Selena. I was performing Selena. I was, you know, trying, and I think it really did mold to the performer and artist that I am today.
Do you have a favorite Selena song?
Oh man, Amor Prohibido.
Do you want to sing something for us?
Oh my gosh, what should I sing? Like something of mine? Or
Whatever
something?
you want. If you want to do a little bit of the Selena song, if you want to do something of yours.
I can do something of mine if that's okay.
Yes, I would love
This is so
that.
unexpected.
Let's get a taste of what Jenny B is like if you've never seen her perform.
Okay. Quiero que me perdones y al fin explicarte que no puedo ni quiero seguir sin amarte.
Wow.
Sorry for the audio person.
The studio next door probably heard her. And when I say next door, it's all the way down the hallway in the back, you know? That was gorgeous.
So I'm in the process of learning Spanish, but you know, once it's like anything else when you're older, you try to learn something and it's not like how it would be when you're younger, you know? So I am trying to learn Spanish. I just literally started trying to learn like 2 years ago. And it's been a struggle, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm trying my best. But yeah, it was really weird coming into Tejano music, not speaking Spanish, but I can read Spanish. I can read it.
Yeah.
I can, I think it's it's like the grammar of Spanish that gets me intimidated. And so I'm trying to speak it, but it's like, oh, they're going to laugh at me.
It's like those who speak it know, you know,
Yeah.
people like me would not know any differently.
Yes, no, they definitely would come for me.
Yeah, but you know, that's not uncommon. I mean, Selena was kind of like that too at first before she took off. She didn't know
Right.
fully. And then a lot of artists are the same way. You know, they learn and then they grow into it.
Yeah.
But give us a little bit about your background. Your family, a family of musicians, right?
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, so my my grandfather actually was not so much in Tejano, but he had more of like a trio group, Los Duques, from Corpus Christi with his brothers. And then, you know, he met my grandmother and she's always into music. And then when they had their sons, along with my father, they formed a group called Los Agues. So they were kind of a thing in the 90s in the Tejano scene. For a little while, they were signed with Q Productions and all that good stuff. And so growing up, like you'll see in some of my home videos, the microphone was always at my house. The equipment was always in my living room because they would all live together too. It's like a family, like 6 brothers, you know, 5 or 6 brothers living together under one roof with their wives or their girlfriends and their kids. And so, no, my house was a jungle. It was crazy, but you know, the rehearsals was always there. The instruments, everything was there. Selena was always there, you know, as a sense of her music. And so,
How old were you at the time?
I was 2. I think when my dad joined the band, I was like probably barely born. Yeah, so I
as
grew
far
up.
as
Yeah, I grew
you-
up from 2 on to probably the age of 8 or 9. You know, we all that was the thing, is the band was the family. The family was the band, literally. So I grew up in a very unique environment, I would say. You know, not too many people. I mean, families lived together, but the music was like,
ingrained in you.
yeah, it was the spine of it. You know, so
But did you find like you had the passion for it? Because some people grow up in a family like that, may fall into it, but it's not necessarily who they are.
right.
For you, is that you?
I think, you know, when I was watching like some of the home videos, I was even freaking out because I was like, I'm 2 years old and I'm making sure that the camera's on me. I'm literally like, hello, like,
Like
I mean,
you
what-
just had that natural
yeah, like,
instinct.
what-
You wanted to perform.
yeah, what 2-year-old wants that kind of? Most 2-year-olds are like shy, you know.
Yeah.
They you see a stranger, not me, honey.
And you're watching these videos of you as a little girl, and through the years, like I love how it was all documented.
Yeah,
And you could see through the ages. We started at 2, right? And then like 5, and then when you were bringing out the hip hop at some point, I don't know
what that was or
those
who that
dance
was.
moves. How old were you in that one?
the older one I want to say was probably like 11, somewhere 10, maybe 10, 11, or maybe 12. I'm not too sure.
What are you
But-
thinking when you're looking at those videos?
I don't know. I kind of just, I can't help but smile. I get I'm sense of like, I'm just proud. You know, I'm not ashamed. Most people are like, oh my God, when I was a kid. I'm like, yeah, girl, I was serving it up back then. Did you see my outfit? I mean, come on.
You
Yeah.
had it all going for you, and your facial expressions were spot on.
At
We
a
were singing
2-year-old,
Selena.
like I knew the pain she was talking about at that age. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's what I'm so like dumbfounded about. It's insane to me that, of course, I don't have any memory of that age, right, at 2, but I feel like Selena played a big part in my growing up, you know. I mean, because I mean, I'm doing the facial expressions. I think I wasn't even really talking at that time, but I'm like, yo, you know. And I mean, I feel like it's right. Like what's happening right now in my career is right, and she was showing us then the 2-year-old me.
But at that age, when you were a little older, did you ever see yourself where you are now?
Older, no. I think I just really enjoyed being on camera. I really enjoyed performing, dancing, singing. I mean, me and my sisters would have like these dance parties in our rooms, and we would just dance and dance and dance and dance. And my dad would always record us because, you know, I mean, these are his girls, right? Just
Aren't you glad he did?
I did. I am.
Those
I am.
memories, those are
I am.
treasures.
He's very, you know, happy that he did too. We were just talking about it yesterday, me and my dad. He's like, every time we had a party, anytime I knew there was going to be music, I took the camera out. And I'm really glad he did, because who would have believed him, a 2-year-old, doing all that since little, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Oh man. And now that you're where you are, where do you see yourself in like 10 years from now? What do you think?
oh man, I would love to have the key to my city, a Grammy.
Dream big, girl.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you know, the NFL was never on my radar. And now that it is, it's like, you can never go too big. There's nothing, literally nothing out of reach at this point. In this day and age, you want something, you can go and make it happen using your phone, social media, I mean, education. Everything is at our fingertips, you know? And so I have no doubt in my mind that I will make some kind of mark for my family and our legacy and my name. If not in my city, hopefully in the world.
Where in San Antonio did you grow up?
I grew up near SeaWorld. So I guess like the Northwest area.
Yeah, Northwest.
I went to John Paul Stevens High School. Go Falcons. And yeah, so I pretty much grew up in that area.
And were you in choir?
I was in choir in middle school, but not in high school. High school, I was a loner girl. I didn't really.
I would not.
Oh, yes.
That's shocking, given your personality now and how outgoing you are.
I was a late bloomer. I was so worried about what people were going to say. You know, it's high school, right?
But even as a kid, you had all this confidence.
I know, but I think from after that last video, when I was like 10 or 11, 12 on, I think that's when I started like, oh, I'm worried about what people are going to say. What are the mean girls going to say? You know,
Peer pressure.
Peer
and all
pressure. it was a thing. And so, yeah, it wasn't until after I had gallery graduated that I was like, you know what? I don't care about any of this. I'm going to be weird, whatever. I'm weird. Like, it is what it is. I have a loud laugh, whatever. Like, I just wanted to be me. And ever since then, I feel like my life has been amazing. Because then I met my husband.
Because you were you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So after high school was when you met your husband?
Yeah, I actually met him my senior year. Yeah, I met him my senior year.
So you guys met young. Did you get married young?
I did. I got married at 19.
Wow.
Yeah, I got married he was 20, I was 19. Got married very young. We've been married 13 years. We have 2 kids, and it's my family there. We did a trip to Disney this year.
Aww.
And so I have my son and my daughter.
How old is your son?
He's 10. He just turned 10.
And your daughter?
She's 3. And that's my diva girl. That is me.
She's like mama.
110%. My son is just like my husband, very calm, very, non-conflict. Everything's going to be okay. And me and my daughter, firecrackers. Don't make us mad.
Is she a Tejano singer too?
She likes to have a little mic with her here and there, but I think she's going to be more of like a dancer. I think she really loves to dance, and she's very much like me in a sense of the attention grabber. She wants the attention on her, and if it's not, she's going to make it on her. So that's me to the T.
So then as you married your husband, did you continue to sing on the side? Was this something that you continued to grow your career in, or did you give it a pause and just become a mom?
Yeah, I had did a album with my family. We did get together as a family, did one album together, but it didn't really go anywhere. It didn't really do anything. So we did put a pause. I got married. And then, honestly, I wasn't even thinking about continuing my singing career. It wasn't until after I had my son that my husband's like, so are you gonna continue to pursue this? Like, what's going on? And I was like, well, no, because I have a kid now, And he was like, nope, that's wrong. He's like, go to the gym, do whatever you need to do, go get singing lessons. He's like, you need to follow through with this. Because he, in high school, did a little bit of music. He had a little studio in his house type deal. And he had friends would come over and do rap things or whatever. And so he really enjoyed being part of the music as well. And I think that helps as my spouse, is wanting to be involved. Because it's hard.
100%.
Yeah, it's very hard with anything. If you don't have your spouse's support.
Your spouse can bring you up or bring you down. And I got to give a shout out to the husband, Marshall, who's sitting back there supporting her right now by her side in this interview as we're talking.
Yes.
And because of Marshall, this is so sweet to hear that he's the one who pushed you to live your dream.
I mean, where would I be right now? I mean, obviously I'd have my kids. I probably have more kids, I wasn't the best, highest in school when it came to it was my first in my class. I didn't really get to apply myself in school. I do general contracting with my dad. I don't have a backup plan. And so I feel like Marshall pushing me and motivating me to continue with my music plays a big, big role in my fate, right?
So how did you end up meeting your mentor, who's also a famous Tejano singer? Grew up at the same time, Selena was around.
Yes.
She was a massive star, has many, many followers here and all over the country. Shelly Lottis, whom I interviewed too in the past. And she's incredibly talented. And you're lucky to end up with someone like Shelly, who loves Tejano music, but also has the incredible experience at a time when Tejano music was just barely rising and getting to be more popular. I mean, she was definitely a trailblazer.
100%. 100%. I met Shelly, actually, I want to say it was through a friend. He told her about me, and then he was able to give me her number. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think I literally told my dad, I was like, I have Shelly Lottis in my phone right now. I could literally text her.
Oh my God.
Anytime, yeah. And so, we got to meeting up, went to her studio, and we hung out a few times. And Shelly has played a big role in my career as well. I mean, not just mentoring, but helping me connect with the right people, being part of big shows, giving me opportunities that not a lot of Tejano artists are willing to do for the upcoming. I mean, I'm just being honest. That not a lot of them are willing to do. And I get it, but she doesn't care. She helps where you need it. If she feels like you're not ready at certain parts, she's going to make you ready. She's going to get you there. And so Shelly is a great mentor. And I'm very, very grateful that our paths have been able to cross, because again, like, I wouldn't be again where I'm at this point in my career without Shelly. I love you, Shelly.
Now. Shelly is here too, brother. Shelly, do you wanna make an appearance?
No.
No.
I don't look like Jenny B right now.
Oh, please.
But you can hear her voice from here.
Yes.
Shelly also supporting you being here. It must so nice to have that strong support system. That's so important to have that, because we all have our doubts in our lives sometimes, and you need people around you who sometimes believe in you more than you believe in yourself.
Oh, man.
To lift you up, you know.
There's been so many conversations that I've had with my husband alone where I'm like crying and I'm like, I can't do this. Like, it's getting too much. What if I'm going to be a bad mom because I'm going to be away and this and that? And what are we going to do with financial? Because we're 100% independent. We're not signed to a label. We have nothing but the money that we make, our hard-earned money, to support this, between me, my husband, and my parents, And my husband's always like, it's going to be fine. It's going to work out, I mean, it's one thing when someone tells you it's going to be okay. But when somebody that is like, has your back to tell you it's going to be okay, it's like, okay, maybe I am overreacting, And it just gives you that reboost. So I'm very grateful.
So how many years have you now been, I guess, professionally pursuing the singing career?
Professionally, between my pop and English music that I did before and Tejano, I want to say it's a combination of 8 years, with singing lessons and just developing as an artist. Because, I mean, I didn't just wake up looking like this one day. I took time to find what kind of song or what kind of music I wanted to do, what kind of look I was going for, what's my brand, how do I want people to see me? And if they do see me a certain way, how am I going to, it took years to get to this. So it's been quite a journey. I've learned so much, but I feel like as much as I would have loved to avoid some of those lessons, it was like I had to go through it in order to get to where I am today.
Yeah.
So
what's the biggest lesson you've learned?
Oh man, don't trust everybody. And to some people it's like, well, of course, why would you, strangers, but it's kind of like you have to give and take. You got to be able to rely on people, trust their word,
I feel like there's a story behind what
honey,
you're
there's
saying
a story,
here.
But they
stories.
Oh my goodness.
But I won't put you on the spot.
Yeah, no, there's definitely stories.
That's interesting.
Lessons, I call them, they're my lessons. And I had to go through them because now I'm able to handle my business more firmly and not so much, as they would say, as a woman. Right, like emotional, whatever. And I had to go through that because I'm a very loving person. I love everybody, and that's my dad's like, you can't love everyone in this business, but I do. Like, I want.
You're staying true to you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do, unfortunately, have to get burned in order to rise up and see people's true colors.
Exactly, and to find that balance of when to turn it off, turn it on.
Right, and what I like about you is that, after all this too, like, you're not bitter, you still have this positive attitude about everything.
Well, I don't want to, the person that comes into my life that could change my life, I'm over here being all ugly and disrespectful because, there's one person, da-da-da. I got to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. But watch the signs. Yeah.
and everyone teaches you a lesson, like you said, though, and we need those lessons in order to grow and get better. So if you're not signed to a label, then how have you been performing? I mean, how have you been performing? Is it around the country, touring? What have you been doing? Yeah,
so we literally independent. So we just put out emails ourselves. We reach out to people. Hey, my husband will reach out to through email to festivals. What's the biggest festivals coming around in Texas or the cities around Texas, or I'm not to say, but the states around Texas, and we go out and get it. We don't just wait, because obviously I'm unknown. I'm pretty sure most of the viewers are I've never heard of this girl, and that's okay. This is part of the growth.
They have now.
They have now, and they're gonna continue.
I agree.
But we just go out. I mean, we fund our own recording. We work with several producers throughout Texas, between here and San Antonio and Corpus. And same thing with the festivals. We reach out to people, reach out to clubs.
So you're constantly hustling to get those gigs.
Girl.
How many gigs would you say you do a month?
Um, this year we had a pretty good couple months. Like in July was completely booked up. Every weekend we were doing something from between Vegas, Topeka, Kansas, San Antonio, Hondo.
So you're touring the country.
I mean, we're getting to that point, girl. And
who's booking you? Like, are you doing all that? You and
Let
your
me switch my
husband by
hat.
yourself?
Yeah.
You wear a lot of hats, not to mention with your 2 kids. I mean, how are you balancing all of that?
I give a huge shout out again to my husband and to my in-laws, his parents. They believe in me so much that they're willing to take my kids whenever I need them to. I mean, whenever I need them to. And as much as I wish they could go to my shows, I'm just so grateful that I have somebody, because I'm very protective mama.
Yeah.
I'm very protective. I know what kind of world we live in. And so I'm very protective of my kids. And the fact that I have somebody that one less thing for me to worry about, that they can watch my kids and I trust them and I know they're in good hands. I mean, they spoil them to the point where I'm having to get after them.
Yeah.
Like, you're doing too much spoiling.
That's what grandparents are for.
I know.
They love it too.
Exactly. But yeah, a lot of it, I give big praise to my in-laws, my husband's grandmother, his sister, my brother-in-law. I mean, they are able to watch my kids because, you know, when I'm working, I'm doing work, and then I get home and I'm on the computer. You know, we're sending out emails, or I'm on social media. Content is another big part of a hat that I have to wear.
Do you ever take the kids on tour with you?
I would love to. I would love to get to that point. I know for most artists, it's like the rock and roll life, you know, all this crazy stuff. But I'm ready. I've done enough partying in my life. I'm strictly business. I would love to have a bus for my crew and everything, and then a bus for it's a family bus. It's a home bus where my kids can come with me, maybe do homeschooling and let them travel with me. That would be the absolute ideal thing to happen.
Yeah.
That would be ideal. I would love to. But right now, we're not at that point yet. So I do have to leave. But yeah, we're getting to the point where we're starting to step out of Texas. And that's huge for a Tejano artist.
What do you think about the Tejano music scene right now? Do you feel like you have a pretty good shot at it? Is it becoming popular again? Because I know for a while it was, and then it kind of died down.
Yeah.
What are you sensing?
I do believe that it was dying down. Not that it's dead. I feel like a lot of people, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first came into Tejano, I thought it was, because at the time it wasn't even on FM anymore. It wasn't regular radio, it was AM and internet radio. I do believe strongly that there is a comeback coming with Tejano. Not necessarily just with me. I mean, I'm involved, but it's not just with me. There's definitely a comeback, especially in the female side of it. For Tejano, and I believe that it's definitely picking up a little bit.
Now, you mentioned that you do pop as well, or you started out as pop. Do you see yourself transitioning, or are you going to be just Tejano? What's your favorite kind of music?
I really enjoy doing the Tejano stuff. I know a lot of people are like, yeah, but you need to venture out to like more Latin, right? And it's like, yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me being biased because I grew up with Tejano. But I feel like with Tejano making this comeback and making waves again with some artists besides myself, there's other like Vanita Leon. I think she just released a song called San Antonio. You know, she's an upcoming cumbia artist. Gabriela Martinez. You know, I feel like artists like us is definitely making it fun again. You know, spicy. Like it's like bringing in the younger crowd.
What is it about Tejano music that you like so much? What is it that you find?
I think it's just the music itself. It's so danceable.
Yeah.
And I like being a little creative with my music and stuff. And the look, I feel like, I don't know, it's me. It's very, I think it's just a big part of the growing up, and it plays a big, big role. I have a catalog that's quite diverse. I mean, I have some R&B in there, a little bit of reggaeton, pop, EDM, the Spanish, the cumbia stuff. And I think it comes down to, I just truly enjoy performing my Spanish music.
What do you think, sticking to Tejano music right now, how do you think Tejano music is important right now for our culture here in the United States?
I think a lot of the culture and the people and what is behind the music, I think, is what's important, and to keep going. I feel like with the reggaeton, it just doesn't really well represent the Tex-Mex, obviously, right? Or like norteño, banda. Tejano music, I don't know how to explain it. It's the
You feel
people.
like it's a good blend.
Yeah, it's the people. Yeah, it's a good blend, and I just don't want it to die away because I think a lot of it too is like the childhood that I had that came with that music. It's and I feel like that's with a lot of people because when I had showed a few people in the industry my latest hit Pobre Tonto, they would get emotional. And I'm like, oh my God, is it that bad? You know?
Oh.
And they're like, no, you're that, the way it sounded, the way the music is, it took me back. And I want this generation to experience that too. You know, I feel
To experience what you experienced when you were growing up.
Right. Like just the simpleness, the home feeling, you know, I feel like that can still be a thing. And I feel like with every other genre, like it just isn't that the same, you know?
But you mentioned you don't speak Spanish.
I know.
So who's teaching you Spanish? How are you learning? Are you
Duolingo.
for real? That's your Spanish coach,
Heck
Duolingo?
yeah. You know, shout out Duolingo. I love them. I am learning. My parents speak Spanish. I couldn't tell you why I don't know it, you know?
Yeah.
But again, it's one of those things where like my mom's like, okay, well, you know, we need to practice. I'm like, like, no, I get so intimidated, but.
So do you write at all? Or does somebody write for you? Who writes your songs?
I wish I was a writer. I mean, I can throw ideas, but.
So somebody writes your songs and then you
Yes.
just memorize them in Spanish.
Yep. And it's almost like muscle memory.
Yeah.
Like, you know, with the tongue, the mouth, it's literally that. I couldn't explain it to you.
And are you able to connect so quickly with a language that you don't know and you're still learning?
Yeah, well, I mean, they'll let me know, like, hey, okay, this is what lyric for lyric, this is what the song, you know, how's the translation underneath it. And so I'm like, oh, okay, you know. And at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, people are like, well, watch novellas. I'm like, when do I have time to watch novellas?
Mom is just trying to get you to hang out with her watching some novellas.
Yeah.
That's what
I'm
my
like,
mom tries to do with me.
oh.
We're watching all the Egyptian episodes. I'm like, Mom, I can handle like 20 minutes. I gotta move on.
No, I don't have time, unfortunately. So Duolingo's real quick, you know, it has you write and
Who's your
speak.
biggest critic at home? Is
My
it
dad.
Mom?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Well, you gotta have that, right, to get better.
Well-
but I mean, that's funny. I would have thought you were gonna say your mom, but
No.
How does he? What does he nitpick on her?
You know, my dad, he nitpicks on, because he's old school Tejano.
Yeah.
You know, so there are some times where I'm trying to bring something fun, cool, and he's like, that looks weird. And so,
He
you
knows
know,
the biz.
Yeah,
He
he
knows
knows
the
the biz. And again, the whole, you know, the business side of it. Like, you can't fall in love with everybody. You can't love everybody. And it's like, but I want to. So, but I mean, for the most part, you know, he might nitpick, between him and my husband might nitpick. But 100%, they support me in everything I do.
Do you wish to perform with them again one
Oh
day?
my
Are you gonna
God.
invite them on for?
I would love that, but I think I might get a few members to be able to do it. But yeah, no, I don't think that would ever be a thing. Unfortunately, I did was able to ask my dad and my Uncle Bert to perform with me for Viva la Selena music video, so that was fun to have them. And I always try to include Los Agues in what I do. You know, whether it's I have a necklace that says Los Agues that was my dad's, and I have it now.
Like paying homage to them.
Yeah, or like Viva la Selena was a song they had originally recorded. Amarte a ti is another one that I redid for them.
So how many songs do you have out right now?
So in total, I want to say it's 16 songs total. I have,
Are those originals or covers?
these are originals. Yeah. The only covers per se are like a few of them, but they were my uncle's, they were Los Agues songs, and I just revamped them up. Because it's not like they were like these well-known huge hits, right? But they were songs I grew up with and I loved. And I was like, oh, the world has to hear these at least one more time, you know?
And are they all in one album where people can just get that one album and listen?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have an album called Mujer Sensual. That one has, you know, all my Tejano cover, or not covers, but my Tejano music. And then I have another EP that's my Spanish, or my English stuff, excuse me, called Stop Me. And so that one was really based off, again, being a mom and just people always telling me stuff about, you know, you're a mom, you shouldn't be dressing like that, you shouldn't be doing this.
How long ago did you release that one?
The EP was in 2020.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
right
wanna
before
hear
COVID
that. So
hit.
where can we hear all this music?
You can go to my website. I have a website, jennybmusic.com.
What is it? Say it again.
jennybmusic.com. It has my social media, all my music, my bio, merchandise. I have a bunch of stuff there. So it's the easiest way to find me.
And where do you record? Do you have like a recording studio that you go to here that you do?
I bounce around from, different producers. We worked with Mariano in Corpus, and then we worked with Mario Ortiz here, literally down the street from Fredericksburg. We worked with him, and just kind of like, trying out different. I like working with different people.
Yeah.
Just seeing what the vibe is with everyone.
And so with Shelly, what's your working relationship with her right now?
I haven't recorded with Shelly yet. She's gatekeeping me.
Shelly is like, it's coming, it's coming.
No, I do truly believe that it's definitely coming with Shelly. But right now, it's more of like a business relationship with Shelly and just, being good friends. She's such a great, her and her wife, Mia. They're so welcoming, so amazing, and just fun to be around. Yeah. So, as far as when it comes to business, I could care less about that. I really enjoy having Shelly as a good friend.
And what's the best advice Shelly has given you?
Girl, she should write a book about it. The best advice Shelly has given me is basically don't let people walk on you, mija. Like, she's like, don't, if you don't like it, you don't like the deal, you need to say something, speak up, I think that's probably the best advice. Again, one of those lessons I had to go through. I called her, telling her about it, and she was like, you can't do this and that, and, which said, like I said, most people is probably like, well, why would you? And it's like, well, they say good things sometimes,
Yeah.
They put you in these predicaments where you just feel like giving up. And she was definitely one that I called when I felt like I was at my absolute lowest and I wanted to quit. I had just finish my album, and she's like, don't let them stop you. She's like, keep going, do this and that. She actually helped me try to submit it for the Grammys last year. It didn't go through or get to the actual nomination, but she helped me get to the point where I felt like, yeah, you know what, I can do this. It's okay. It's okay.
So wait, you got a nomination
No.
year?
No. We had submitted, and you get a consideration so that the people in the industry can try to get you to the nominees.
Okay.
But you didn't get there, and that's okay,
It's just a matter of time.
It's just a matter of time.
But when you do make it to the Grammys, I want you to remember this interview. And I want you to come back and take me with you, because I've never been to the Grammys and I would like to go to the Grammys. I'm securing my spot right now.
Okay.
Marshall, I just want you to know she leaves you behind.
You know who took your spot.
Hopefully they'll give you more than one ticket.
For sure.
Yes.
No, I think I would love to take my whole city, honest to God.
I watched your videos. You're incredibly talented.
Thank you.
You really are. And I love just the way you moved and your confidence and your look and just everything about you. And I wish you the best, Jenny.
Thank you so much.
I can't wait to see what you're going to do next. I think this is such an exciting opportunity. This is the beginning of many, many great things to come.
I believe it 110%. God is so good. I mean, he's so mysterious. I don't know why it's taking so long, but I'm very grateful. And I'm very just, thank you for having me here. I mean, I grew up watching you. My dad's a big fan.
I'm not that old.
No, girl,
I'm just kidding.
no, I'm not that old either.
I'm kidding.
No,
I am older than you.
But my dad is a huge fan too. So he's like, I can't believe you're going to be there. Tell her I said hi. So my dad says hi.
Well, tell your dad I said hello.
I will.
And it's been a pleasure having you here in the studio.
Thank you.
And like I said, I can't wait to see what you've got going on down the road again.
Big things to come.
Jenny B, everyone, you've seen her here. You heard her story here first. Remember Jenny B, because she's going to go on and do some great things. And then say, I saw her here.
I'm like, I want to thank Ken's 5, Sarah McGee.
I love it, Jenny. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you.